Hello, everyone. One of the things that I must say is that Mr. Peter Obi don't suffer for Nigeria, honestly. Everyone is just taking a swipe at him, left, right, center. It's like they are boys him everywhere. It's almost, it's almost as if there's some kind of reward you get for attacking Mr. Peter Obi, whether you are an appointee, whether you are elected, whether you're an institution. So everybody is just taking a go at him. So, this whole jam story. And for me, I would just say that if Shameless, and I think that was the tweet that I did to jam to say if Shameless was an institution, what jam did is what it was going to be. So what happened was that Mr. Peter Obi had gone on to talk about the situation, because this is a very dire situation. How are you telling children to go and write exam by 6:30 in the morning? So that means 6:30 in the morning means you need to arrive there by 6. You need to leave your house for those who are leaving. I mean, when people are making policies, and for me, this is the thing I find so annoying about things the way things are done in Nigeria. There is never empathy. People don't think about other people who are not in their situation. There are people that, okay, you tell someone that their children they're going to write exam by 6:35. They're going to drive. They will leave the house by 5 or 5:30. 30 minutes drive, you take the child there. There are people that can even wait there for the child to finish the exams. All of those stories. There are people that don't have cars, people that cannot even afford to follow their children somewhere, people that, so there is so many things, and you're telling some of them to go and write far away from where they are. It's not as if it's in the school next door or something. It's far away. And so you're having all of this thing, and you put 6:30. So it's been an issue of concern around the country. And Mr. Peter Obi did put out a statement on that, and I'm going to read that statement. He said, I came across multiple reports of students being asked to attend a public examination by 6:30 a.m. Teenagers, mostly around 15 to 17 years old, forced to travel in the dark, even in the face of insecurity, across dangerous and unfamiliar locations, because they want to get the basic right of education and sit for JAMB examination. As far as I'm concerned, that JAMB, they should scrap it. What's JAMB, as far as concerned, is useless, because most times university still conduct their post-UME. Because the JAMB result at one time had become something, people had access to it anyhow. Allow university to give their own exams the way they want to. Let me come back to this thing. So Mr. Peter Obi says setting exams for vulnerable teenagers as early as 6 a.m. while transporting them across far-flung locations is reckless. Already, reports are emerging of students getting into accidents and losing their young lives. There's been reports some students have died, some gone missing, and many more being subjected to unnecessary trauma. Who takes responsibility when a 15 or 16-year-old child disappears or is harmed while trying to access their right to education? The situation sadly exposes a deeper systemic failure. Nigeria simply does not have enough universities and exam centers to cater to its youth. Let me even pause here and even ask the question I also asked earlier on the trip. Must this JAM exam be done on one day only, on a single day for everybody? So if you say some places near people's houses are full, can't they do it? Can't they stagger it? Some people do it. Maybe it's a 1 week thing. Some people will do it on this, some people will do it on that. So when it's your day, just go in there, put in your paper, do everything, write your exam, and that is it. And even this JAM, why do people have to keep repeating JAM? If you do JAM once, that should be enough. You do JAM, you get the score mark that you're supposed to get, you don't get to university, because of course there are not enough university for you. And then you have to come again and redo it and redo it and redo it. To know for your, why can't people do the JAM once, and why can't even the JAM be scrapped? And so, Mr. Peter Obi went on to say, according to the data from the UNESCO Institute for Statistics and Index Mundi, countries aiming for good development, strong economies, and broad access to higher education are expected to target a gross enrollment ratio of at least 40%. And according to these statistics, Nigeria, with a population of about 230 million people and about 200 university, has a GER of about 12%. In comparison with other countries with high population, for example, Indonesia with about 280 million people has over 4,000 tertiary institutions and start at a ratio of about one university per 70,000 people and a GER of over 45%. The country has over 10 million students enrolled in tertiary university, also spanning across various ages. Indonesia's substantial investment in education is evident in its university to population ratio, supporting its large student population. Nigeria's GER, on the other hand, is significantly below the global average, showing that the urgent need for substantial investment in education, which would in turn yield national growth and development. See the way he didn't just talk, he has carried it on, yield, put it to development, growth, brought out the statistics, brought out what we need to do to be able to get out of it. They will say, oh, you are not providing solution. He provides solution, it becomes problem. Education is not a luxury or expense. It is the biggest contributor to development for any nation and therefore most important investment any nation can do for development. You cannot claim to want development while starving our young the access to knowledge. You cannot claim to value your citizens while risking the lives of teenagers every examination season. We must aggressively and intentionally expand our educational system. We must strive to match our population with access to education. Our young generation should not be endangered because they desire education. We must do better as a nation and ensure that our future leaders get the new Nigeria that they deserve. A new Nigeria is possible, and he signed it. He signed it. I'm just looking at a remark that somebody here. They say Peter Obi is the definition of a strong head. He made sure he used the Indonesia comparison again, giving a giant middle finger to anyone who is not comfortable with him demarketing Nigeria. Talking about the trip that he had done, where even you saw Governor Sanwo-Olu attacking him. So the next thing, JAMB. JAMB comes, the official handle of JAMB comes and then replies. He say, at Peter Obi, Your Excellency, I must assert that our examination is scheduled to commence at 8 a.m., not 6 a.m., while verification and other clearance processes begins at 6:30 a.m. It is imperative that candidates are afforded adequate time to settle in before the exam begins. So you are saying that, your processing is supposed to start 6, which is even a lie, because a lot of people have brought slips that showed examination starts at 6:30 a.m. That means verification starts earlier. But the useless excuse they give, they say, given the tendencies often observed among Nigerians, not students, among Nigerians to arrive late when a start time is set without space for eventuality, this structured timeline is essential to ensure that all candidates are properly prepared and can perform to the best of their abilities. Lord have mercy. If Shameless was an institution, then it would be JAMB. How do you write this thing? How do you say this thing? Sometimes I'm just trying to be nice. They sometimes say, Aisha, you are too harsh when you speak. But the thing they are talking in the nonsense. They are talking. Well, a lot of people have brought out their slips, and the slips show that it's 6:30 that they are saying exam. So you want people are entering road on this Nigeria that we have so much insecurity, with people being taken away, people one chance, armed robbers, petty agberos, whatever and however. You still put people's children on the line because your children are not there. Your children will be driven. And for me, the worst part is that parents kept quiet. So you people's children have been writing exams since it started, and you people kept quiet. God, Lord have mercy. Let me just jump.